Hey chat, how's it going? Man, I'm having issues, chat. I'm having issues. I'm having jaw issues. It's annoying, man. I really need to get to that doctor soon, you know. Anyways, back to the job that we were doing before. How's my microphone? Is my microphone okay? My microphone okay? Maybe be a little louder, you know? Maybe. And I'm doing a good job on this map, huh? I'm quiet? Yeah, I'm a bit quiet today in general, I think. How's that? How's that? Is that better? Yeah, I'm having jaw issues. Lots of jaw issues. It's gotten really bad recently. So I need to get to that doctor. Because, I mean, it's kind of my entire... It's like my entire career right here. It's kind of important, you know. I don't know why I'm like this, chat. It's just how I am, apparently. I had a bunch of talking points, and then I was doing my warm-ups before stream, because, you know, vocal instructor very adamant on that for a reason. It's kind of important to do warm-ups so you don't destroy your voice, you know. And I'm doing warm-ups, and then my jaw pops, and I'm like, ow, you know. Have you ever had your jaw pop on you guys? It's not pleasant. Don't recommend. 0 out of 10. I think I have a really bad, like, jaw clenching habit at night, and now it's coming back to bite me in the butt later in life, kind of thing. It's probably my anxiety. It's probably my anxiety. I'm not allowed to be normal, chat. Please understand. Not allowed to be normal. It just comes with being a VTuber. If you're a VTuber, you are not allowed to be normal. You are not allowed to have a healthy sleeping schedule. And you have to, what's some other rule? What's another rule? I know there's another one in there somewhere. And you have to be a giant weeb. There you go. Those are the conditions to being a VTuber. How's all the audio? Is the music too quiet or am I too quiet? What's going on? Inform me, chat, what's going on? I'm gonna bring my mic closer to my face too while I'm at it. Maybe not that close. not so close that I'm bumping into it. Might be a little bit too far. Background music's okay, a little on the quiet side. So do you think I should turn it up or is it fine then? Do you like it on the quiet side? What's your preference, manager? Oh, my phone is currently dying for some reason. Give me one moment. There we go. Man, I really wish I could just play games and chat and do a bunch of stuff with you guys all day. Honestly, it's so much better. It feels so much better and more fulfilling than going to my job, actually. Yesterday felt so nice. Honestly, after stream, I went for a jog, and at night, I felt so good about my life. I was like, man, there wasn't many many viewers on that last stream, but I had a great time nonetheless. I felt like if I could just like swap to a different game, maybe 2 hours into Minecraft, maybe swap to another game and continue streaming that way, maybe that would have been better. Oh, we have a Splatoon fan in here. Guys, get him. Get him, he's a Splatoon fan. No redemption. I'm joking. I'm joking. How are you doing? Why do you need hugs? What happened? Oh, I don't know, Nightmare. I don't know. I don't know. How did I figure that out, Nightmare? It couldn't be that was a Splatoon direct. No. No. That's not possible. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I literally my body couldn't turn off the mic. A clogged? No. No. I turned away from the mic and I held back so it wasn't loud. I'm not about that loud sneezing life, you know? I don't want to hear a loud sneeze. It's scary, you know? Oh, did you make fan art for it? I have to check that out later. I should have gotten a notification from that. Oh, that was today. Oh, okay. I understand. I saw it. It looked good. Did you make the model yourself? Please don't watch that. Don't recommend. 0 out of 10 stream. I was clearly new to this thing. I've clearly gotten way better since my debut stream. I mean, that was a whole, what, 5-6 months ago, right? 6 months ago? Soon? Coming up on 6 months. I feel like I've gotten way better at this whole streaming thing. Especially, I feel like my voice has gotten better since the debut thing. Okay. So you use other people's artwork. Gotcha. What is... Wait. Oh, that's from Donkey Kong. I knew I recognized the song. I was trying to figure out what the song was, but then I was like, oh, it's Donkey Kong. What do you mean, no. Models are artwork. I'm not insulting you. There was no insults there. I didn't mean any offense when I said that. I mean, remixers use other people's artwork too. They use people's songs. People made the games, you know, Nightmare. That's someone's artwork you're using. There's no offense to that. People work really hard to make those things. Yeah, Nintendo protects their artists a lot. Maybe excessively so sometimes. But they're not gonna come out there and kill you for their renders. As long as you're like giving credit to them and stuff. Like as long as you're saying I don't think anyone's gonna take offense to you using Nintendo's art and then posting it in like a different render or whatever. Like as long as you explain that it's not your artwork so that it doesn't confuse people and also kind of gives credit to whoever made that art, I don't think anyone's gonna really mind you doing that kind of thing. As long as you're giving proper credit to the people who made that art and models and stuff. And if no one else is doing that right now, I think it'd be really cool if you give, if you're the one to kind of start that trend. If you can find out who made the models and stuff. Or if it's a group effort, then just credit Nintendo, I guess. I don't know. I think the art world needs more people that care about who, like if they you know how in music there's remixes, right? Well then credit both of them, like Nintendo and whoever did the enhancements. Well, I mean, it's not about copyright law. It's just about manners. Like, let's say you made a 100% original art piece model, and people started using it for their fan creations, right? You'd want some credit. You'd want people to know you made the original model, right? You wouldn't want people, like, just giving it a new shirt and then putting the entire model out there claiming it for their own, right? It'd make you a little bit salty, wouldn't it? I mean, it may be a little bit salty. So that's where my brain's going, you know? I don't want to make other people feel bad, so I'm just putting my thoughts out there. What's it depend on? I don't think it depends on much there. What do you mean it's hard to explain? Well, I'm doing good. I like this conversation. Well, just listen to me for a bit. Almost all my friends are artists. I just, from my perspective, I'd feel really bad for them if their art got stolen from them, and they just couldn't do anything about it, kind of thing. So I understand. From my viewpoint, giving credit seems like a obvious. Like, it's obvious that you give credit whenever you use someone else's art. Well, I guess from like a college student perspective too, because I had to credit whenever I used anyone else's not used, but whenever I quoted someone in a paper, you have to give credit, you know, or else you literally can get kicked out of school and like fined and stuff. So credit's important. Don't take people's art without, or don't take anyone's anything without giving proper credit. There you go. There you go. No matter what kind of thing. No point in jeopardizing your future kind of vibes. And also, it's just not nice. I'm doing all right. Anyways, I'm having some jaw issues. So I started off this stream kind of trying to be a little quieter. I should probably return to that. But whatever. I really need to see a doctor about that soon. Are you in college yet, Nightmare? No offense if you aren't. No, like I'm not roasting you here. Just genuinely curious because you seem to be talking about this a lot. You can't talk to me about school and then not tell me what kind of school you're in, you know? Okay, let me rephrase this. Are you, Are you over 18? Because people who are over 18 are usually in college if they are not held back a year or two or more. Okay, so you're not in like a school. College is anything after normal. So you don't have colleges where you live. You don't have like, you don't have places where adults gather to learn kind of thing. Because college is kind of separate from the whole school system. Well, yes, but college isn't part of the normal school system. This isn't just an American thing. Like Japan has colleges. You know, like Yale. You've heard of Yale, right? Or Harvard. You know what I'm talking about, right? This isn't an American thing. No, Yale as in like Y-A-L-E. We've had the college near me has Chinese students. China knows what college is too. What do you mean? Like what? This isn't an American thing. I'm confused. Listen to me, Nightmare. I'm probably like one of the least Americans you'll ever see, okay? Even when I was in high school, I wasn't particularly patriotic. It's not like I'm not a commie. I'm not like any of that. But I'm not like, I don't get the whole you're born here, so now you must be proud of it kind of thing. Did I hit a milestone? I'm 40% clean. Let's go. I mean, no, I'm not touching on politics. I'm not touching on politics. I'm just saying what's on my mind. I'm not saying there's anything right or wrong with anyone's way of thinking here. I'm just personally, I've never been like too patriotic. That's all I'm saying. And there's nothing wrong with being patriotic. I'm not touching on anything further than that. We aren't going politics. Don't worry, manager. One moment. So you're okay. I got you. I see what you're talking about. So you're like a, you're not, okay. So you're not secondary school yet, is what you're saying. I mean, I would have understood if you just said that. You really have to understand. I'm not someone that's kind of ignorant about that stuff. Wait. So wait, A level would be tertiary, right? Would that be better? Is that correct? So like A level's past secondary. You don't know? Don't give up. Don't give up. I like this kind of stuff. This is like my favorite things to talk about. I like learning more about this kind of stuff. There's nothing. What, you don't like the subject? No. No. Cut that out. No. Here. Would you okay, would it be easier to ask you if you're going to university? Would that be less confusing? Because college and university are pretty much one and the same thing almost here. Would you be less confused if I said that? So is A-level education on the same level kind of as university? Or is that before university? Or would A-level be like you're learning to go to university? Kind of thing? Like is it like a pre-university education type stuff? When I was in high school in America, we had courses where they're basically like college/university courses, and you would learn those so that you'd have an easier time in university and you'd get credits for your university or college. Okay, there we go. See? I just had to look it up a little bit, understand where the confusion was coming from, and now we understand each other. See, isn't language fun? If I didn't make an effort to try and understand you, we would have never understood where, like we would have just given up, you see? Hmm. You were studying for a test and it got canceled? Oof. Are you still gonna be taking the test? Or is it just straight up you're never taking it? Because I'd understand being salty if they just completely canceled your test that you were preparing for. Like, you spent all that time. You deserve the grade, you know? Why? Why would they do that to you? That just seems rude. Yeah, you know that test you were studying for the entire time? Well, it's canceled. Have fun. I mean, I can see some people being happy about that. But if you actually were putting in the effort, I'd be pissed. Wait. No, why would they remix the song? I'm gonna cry. Gosh darn it. Oh, what's up? What's worse? Sheesh. Turns out you didn't have to study at all, huh? Got a real student over here. Jeez. Hey, but now look at you. You know your English better, you've improved, and it's probably visibly better than other people's English, unless they were in the same course as you, right? You've still learned, and you still worked hard, and that resulted in something. So you should still be proud. It doesn't matter that your test can't, like, it doesn't matter that you can't prove it with a test. You're still better overall, and that will affect you for like years to come, right? If you ever take another English course, it'll show that you've actually studied and worked hard. So, you know what? Screw the test. Screw the test. You just got perfect marks on it because they canceled it, right? That's probably better than if you even took the test itself, correct? You don't need a test to prove you're good at English. Yeah, so that studying, that was not for nothing. Unis require in demand. I don't know what IELTS is, but I'm going to. I think I can equate that to something based on the context. What's the confusing part? In year 10, we're focused on 2 topics, and in year 11, we're focusing on 2 new topics, which are canceled. Hey, that reinforcement, though. You know your basics now. You really know your basics. I know this song. This song's nostalgic. I didn't even play this game. Well, this is where independent study comes in handy, Max. I highly recommend you look up how to do that. It's not something you need to take a class for. I say, you can pretty much find out how to do that just from Google and online. Actually, I bet you can even ask around and like Discords and stuff and see if anyone can help you out with that. I bet you could find a Discord, actually, that can help you out with that. The internet's really great, and there's people... the good thing about the internet is that there's people willing to help. With that kind of thing. Of course, you got to be careful. You got to be careful. You don't want to give any of your personal details when you're doing that. And stuff. But, you know. The internet's such a great source of information. Really, if there was classes on how to use the internet to study and research, schools might be actually irrelevant if afterwards, you know. If you're like one of those people that can get yourself to focus, if you've learned how to study correctly and all that, the internet is basically free school. It wouldn't kill you. Why'd you drop arts and design? Did you just not like it anymore? Did you figure that all those other subjects were more important? Follow this was in the wrong order. You weren't prepared for arts and design? Let me guess. The homework was just absolutely ridiculous. They made you work twice as hard as all the other subjects, and you weren't even prepared for it because they didn't teach you half the stuff firsthand. Yeah, they taught you wrong. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. That's relatable. Well, not relatable in the I was also taught wrong thing, but relatable in the man. I get how hard it was. I was in university for some art and design too, and I couldn't follow through on that because it was just too much work. Wait, I wasn't done yet. Here we go. Jeez. How is that allowed? How is it allowed to veer off so hard from the normal art syllabus? That seems a little bit ridiculous, doesn't it? Worst part? Oh, I'm here for it. You better not be paying the school. If you're paying money to get taught like that, you need a refund. Well, I mean, you could have been studying yourself, you know. You could have been doing art while in the art school, in the art class without a teacher. That's a yikes from me. Okay, so what? Where's the dirt? Where's the dirt at? Green, where are you? Ah, there's that. Gotcha. Okay. Money well spent. You did pay for it? Oh my god. Did you? You must have. You had to. You had to demand your money back for that, right? Yep, yep, and that's what I experienced. That's what I experienced, Maxwell. The homework for art was like so much in university. I had like 4 hours of homework a day for art. No, not a day. I had like 4 hours of homework. Like after every class we went to, the homework would take 4 hours to do, basically. And I had art class basically every other day. So, well, I had art classes every other day. And the one that took the most time was the sketching. The design class didn't take as long, homework-wise. The Joker, thank you so much for following. Thank you, thank you. Welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy. We're just relaxing and talking right now. Oh, I mean, relaxing and complaining right now, but same thing. Same thing, you know? Same thing. Man, she's... Yeah, so I had... When I was in university, I had 2 art classes. I had design, and I had... I'm sorry, I have to see what song this is. Oh, yeah, Deltarune. Anyways. I had design, and what was the other one? I think it was drawing. And... Oh boy, that drawing class, let me tell you. It was like 4 hours of homework every class we went to, and I had that class every 2 days. So... they expected me to do that on top of math. What were the other subjects? I had discrete mathematics, which is like, hey guys, do you ever want to learn about how to calculate the difference between 2 4D cubes? Like that. It was full of like logarithms and stuff. I had programming, which was easy. I had creative writing, in which we had to do a variety of different writing. Like, we had to do papers and stuff. Like, we had some creative tasks, but we also had to do reports and stuff also. Oh, stretch, thank you. Computer science? Computer science, wait. Is that... I've heard of the subject, but I never actually looked into it. Oh, so like software? You study like software theories, programming kind of stuff? Like not electrical engineering, but just anything related to programs and stuff like that? I gotcha. Sounds about the same, yeah. Oh, whoops. ICT, Information Communication Technology. Yep. It's probably slightly different, but not in a significant way. What? What do you mean you're forced not to use computers? For health reasons? Excuse me? What? How long were you sitting on those computers for, you know? It couldn't have been too long. Oh, yeah. But still, you couldn't go to like the wait, you didn't have to stop using the computers. Just get some disinfectants and leave an open spot between each other. You could have the students wipe down their keyboards and stuff before and after. I mean, I guess it is students we're talking about. I guess it is students we're talking about. I guess they could be stupid and not do any of that stuff and not listen and then get everyone sick. I have too much faith in humanity, guys. I'm sorry. Ooh, nice. Nice. Let me see. When I was in programming, I thought that course was very easy. There was people that were better than me at it. I wasn't like the people that were better at me did programming already, and they were just going to the class to go on to the next programming class kind of thing. I was new to programming though, pretty much, and I kind of just absorbed all of it. I can't do anything now though. It's been too long since I was in the class. I did drop out because I didn't know what I wanted to do, you know. And when you're paying for college like that, or college, university, when you're paying for university, and you don't know what to do, I don't think it's very worth it. Unless of course you're fine with getting into way too much debt. But I'm not fine with that. I know. I don't want to ruin my life in case I don't get a job later with that degree. Oh, you didn't like video editing? I think video editing is fun. It can be fun. I was in high school. I was in a what was it called? It was like a film class kind of thing. And we were taught like acting and script writing and video editing and filming, all that kind of stuff. It was like a video arts class. It was not. I really enjoyed that class. I probably should have. I really probably. Now that I'm looking back at my life back then, I probably should have went into a class that, or like a learning course that was more conductive to that line of learning, because that was my favorite class back then. I was too stuck on my childhood dream of game design though. I thought, yeah, when I grow up I'm gonna be a game designer. I don't care about any of this. I've probably severely made a mistake somewhere in life, but I'm here now. I'm here in this sphere of VTubing, and I don't hate this. So, hey, if something comes from this, I don't regret anything. If nothing comes from this, I regret everything. But hey, this is putting like adult me against very young adult me, and I don't think that's very fair. I may have only like 4 years is quite a lot. I have 4 years on that old me, and that's 4 years of being in the workforce and kind of striking out on my own. So it's really not fair to put those experiences and say, man, I was stupid back then. I wasn't stupid. I was just young and stupid. Yeah, I was stupid. I was stupid, yeah. But there's nothing to be ashamed of. Most kids are stupid. Most young adults are stupid. Talk about what? We've changed subjects a bit. I've kind of taken control of the conversation. Which I should have probably done earlier. But yeah, man, a year or two ago, about a year ago, that I don't know that song, no. But like a year or two ago, I was trying to join a fan project where we were making a game. And that moment was when I learned how hard it is to work with young adults and younger. People who don't know how to... They don't know or understand. They never learned yet how to work together with other people. So every single day I would log on to Discord and get on the group and see what new developments we had come up with for our video game. And you know what I'd see? It was constant bickering and arguing, picking on each other for no reason. We're here to make a game, right? And all these people, they don't really care. they don't understand like how important it is to other people in the group. They're just here to have fun and really just here to say that they were there instead of here to actually do anything important. So that was the moment I learned not to work with children or young adults on anything. Anything involving actual cooperative work. By young adults, I mean like 18, by the way. 16 to 18. So that's probably wrong. But I don't think I should call them children either. And I don't think they're really preteens either. They're in that the awkward state between adult and like... Basically, if they're out of high school, I trust them way more than if they're not out of high school. They don't have any work experience kind of thing, you know? Is this Hat in Time? Oh! Wait, no, this isn't Hat in Time. Oh, it's Nelvard! Oh my god. Do you guys... Okay, have you guys heard of the music artist Nelward? Have you guys heard of Nelward yet? He's a music artist. And I found him through... There was a fan game being made a long time ago called Mother 4. And he was doing the music for that. And then, that fan project turned into... What do they call it? They turned into a game called Odyssey, and they're still working on it. But after that, he did some music for A Hat in Time. He did the cat mafia thing. The cat the Nyakuza. He did music for the Nyakuza DLC for Hat in Time. And that's how I found him. And now all of his stuff kind of sounds, it has a sound to it, you know? You know how some artists have like just a sound to their work? Well, I'm not going to play his music on stream other than the one that's playing on stream right now. But this sound, it kind of sound like it has his Nelward trademark sound on it. And I love his music. His music's awesome. Like the heavy bass. And is that like jazzy? It's like techno jazz. It's like funk, I guess. Is it funk? Is that the genre? Like tech funk. Anyways, yeah, that's that artist. Give him some listens if you're interested. It's Nelward. Nelward. Not sponsored. It's honestly so cool. And I really like that you can just hear his music and it's like, yeah, that's Nelward. It's kind of like how you can hear a Toby Fox song and like, yeah, that's Toby. It's cool how some artists have that. I can't help but feel like we were talking about something else. I got really distracted by something. What were we talking about? I feel like this happens quite a bit. That's me. That's me, the guy that gets distracted and then gets completely sidetracked into a different conversation. Something. Oh, young adults. Something. Actually, that's not young adult. It's like basically kids, kind of. Yeah, don't work with kids on projects. There you go. I found the conversation again. Yep, sounds about right. Nightmare. Exams are expensive. Partially because companies are greedy. Partially because, well, if you spend a lot of money on the exams, you won't want to fail them, right? You know. They say money motivates. Well, I guess they took it seriously, right? Yep. Yikes. School's expensive. I understand that school's expensive. Well, yeah, life's expensive. I gotcha. Yes, why? Yes, I am in America currently. That is currently where I am, indeed. I'd really love to visit other places, though. In particular, of course I'm interested in, like, Japan, of course. But I don't know Japanese, and it would take a lot to learn Japanese. Sure, I would, like, love to learn the language. But I would definitely need to know people that also speak Japanese so that I could actually learn it properly and be motivated to learn it. I don't know. I don't have that memorized, Maxwell. I think we really should get off that topic, though. So let's move on to something else there. Move on from the whole school's a lot. The whole cost of living kind of thing. Been on it for too long. Let's move on to something else, you know. If there was anywhere I'd want to be, It's a hard question, where I'd want to live other than here. It'd have to be somewhere, if I ever move away, I'd want to go somewhere close to the rest of my gen mates, I think. Specifically, I'd like to go maybe closer to California, somewhere with actually... Okay, so my first requirement would be I'd want public transport. If not public transport, I'd like to be at least walking distance from everywhere I want to go, kind of thing. If that's not an option and I have to actually learn how to drive, then maybe I'd want to be closer to Claudia, because she goes to a lot of cons, and it'd be really cool to go to one of those. Not only because, not only for that, but, like, also, it'd be so cool. Okay, listen, it would be so freaking cool to be able to hang out with my gen mates. It'd be so cool. Is that relatable? Like, if you have friends that aren't in the same place and you don't get to visit them very often, I'd want to live closer to those friends too, right? Like, I work with my coworkers all the time. I just want to meet them. If you want to talk about VR, I've seen a lot of stuff going on with VR chat recently. I heard they put like an anti-cheat in, and they changed the direction which the game is going, so it pissed off a lot of their fans, right? But I've also heard they've improved their game a lot since they did that. Since they can't rely on their fans to mod in features for them anymore, they've been putting them in themselves. Honestly, I think they should have done that before they put the whole anti-cheat in kind of thing. Like, if they put those features in and then did the anti-cheat move, I think a lot less people would be mad about it. I heard they're still going fine, though. Like, all their casual audience is still there. It's just the people that used it all the time. And I heard those people went to Chill Out VR, maybe? Chill Out, and then there's another one. There's the Chill Out, and then there was Xeno or something. Well, whatever it is. VR chat has competition now, which is cool. So instead of it just being VR chat, that's like the only kind of metaverse thing going on. Now you have like Chill Out VR, you have the other one. And I think it's nice. It's nice that we have competition in that sphere now. I think competition is kind of important, so that we don't get like another Apple, you know. Hey guys, buy our iPhones. They're currently $1,000 US and are weaker than anything else on the market. That's my impression. Yeah, I think Maxwell knew that. Maxwell's the one that brought up the topic, Kudo. I think he knew. I asked to change the topic, and that's what he put on the chat. What is this song? Oh, Green Hill Zone. Man, when a song's changed so much, it's like, this isn't... I didn't recognize the song anymore because it was completely different. Oh, don't worry about it, Kodo. You're doing your manager thing. I don't blame you. Yeah, exactly. Okay, the roof seems to be cleaned. Honestly, it's so annoying when companies have like a monopoly on their thing. And so they're not worried about competition. Oh, I saw a bug. Whatever, I guess the bug's done. Anyways, it's so annoying when companies have like a stranglehold on their niche, right? So like you have to use their product and then they don't improve it any. I think that's like about the worst thing that can happen. Like, have you seen the YouTube app? They break it all the time and then they don't fix it for months. And I kind of just have to deal with it. So like, say like, I'm just searching, right? I'm using their search function on the app. It'll just throw in recommendations into your search. So instead of just like having it so that, oh, I'm searching for, let's say, Epic Fortnite Battle Royale, right? If you search that on YouTube, they'll show your search results for like 5 videos, and then it'll be, here's your recommended videos. Do you want to know about cooking? How about, here's a new VTuber that came out 2 days ago. Have fun with that. It's like, no, I just want to look up Epic Battle Fortnite Royale. I don't want to know about, I don't want to know about the 5 war crimes Trump has committed in 2021, YouTube. That's not what I searched. I didn't search that. You know? Why are you showing me politics? I hardly ever watch this video on this. I don't want to know about that. I don't care. I'm just trying to be a VTuber and YouTube won't let me watch videos. You know, I used to ask like when YouTube's gonna have competition, and then I started realizing YouTube's never gonna have competition. We're doomed, chat. We're doomed to YouTube being the only place to watch videos on. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll mess up so bad competition will happen eventually. Finish washing these. Hey, look at the nice percent, nice percent, nice percent. These, oh, so yesterday was really good for me. I think I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but after my Minecraft stream, I was basically out walking and running for like 2-3 hours ish, maybe longer. And I felt so good for the rest of the day, and I felt really tired, and I went out. I went to bed really easily. It was so good. Exercise is so good for you, chat. Don't skip out on exercise. Please, I'm begging you. It's important. Trust me. As a streamer, I might have forgotten that a little bit because I didn't have any time to exercise the last few days. No! Sad music! Rosalina, no! Gosh darn it. I used to listen to this song and cry as a kid, you know. This is like a Luma lullaby or whatever. Jeez. You know, I never played Mario Galaxy 1. I only played Galaxy 2. Because that's what my parents bought me when I was a kid. The only time I played Mario Galaxy 1 was at a friend's house. Well, a relative's house. I didn't really know them that well. But they had Mario Galaxy 1. And I played that on their Wii. Not any of the story. I just played through, like, a galaxy, and I don't even remember anything about it. I literally don't remember anything about it. But, I ended up looking up some things, and I found the storybook online. Someone put a video of the storybook online, and it's so sad. Why doesn't the Mario universe do anything like that anymore? They don't have any stories like that. Rosalina is literally, like, the most in-depth character in Mario history, and they haven't done it ever again, despite her being, like, a fan favorite. Not only did they not do that ever again, despite the success, not only have they not done that despite the success, they continued to remove the story from every other Mario game. Like, why? No, we're too successful. We gotta delete the story from everything. Hurry, remove Paper Mario's story before it sells well. Nintendo and their mysterious ways. I swear to God. Well, I know somewhat about. I know something about it. I think Mario Galaxy 2 sold more than 1, and in Mario Galaxy 2 they made the game more streamlined, and I think they removed the storybook. They removed a bunch of the dialogue, and they made it more gameplay focused, and that sold better. But I think it sold better because it has all the buyers. Okay, I think there's more to it than just them removing the story elements that made it sell better. I think it piggybacked off the Mario Galaxy 1 story, right? Like, it piggybacked off Mario Galaxy 1. It had the name in the title. It was the second in like a series they did. 2, they made it accessible for people who didn't play the first game. So that helped out. 3, it's sold later in the Wii's lifespan, so there's more people to buy the game in the first place. I understand they have to give reasons like this to like their investors and stuff. It just makes me so sad when it's like, it's clearly not all there is to it, but they treat it like it's the only reason it sold well. I think Galaxy 2 was actually better gameplay wise anyways too, right? So if they put the galaxies from Galaxy 2 into Galaxy 1, it would be a better game in the first place, wouldn't it? That's what I've heard anyways. As again, someone who hasn't played Mario Galaxy 1. But, like, there's clearly a market for platformers with at least a little bit more... Like, I know it's a Mario game. I understand. But wouldn't it be better if we could have more reason to go on an adventure than just, oh, Peach got stolen, uh-oh, you know? Wouldn't it be cool to have an actual villain? One of the reasons Mario Galaxy was so cool and so rememberable is because of that storybook intro. It felt like we were playing it in a storybook, and that's cool. That's amazing. And it's really nostalgic, and it's remembered for years to come. It's great. It seems like Nintendo's just dead set on never doing anything like that again. And it's really sad. I just want a little bit more story. I want like a cool legend to start off the adventure to. Like Mario Sunshine, Mario got arrested, and one of the main bad guys wasn't even Bowser. We didn't see Bowser until the very end of it. All we saw was Bowser Jr. dressed as Mario. And that's awesome. That's so cool. Like, the only reason people didn't like that is because the voice acting was atrocious, but that makes it so fun. The voice acting, everyone's come around to it because it's so funny. Like, okay, hold on. I think I've made you guys listen to this before, but, here. Listen to this voice acting. And I think you'll understand why people were a little bit weirded out by it.
The water's great, hey, Junior?
Sure is, Papa. Come on in, Mama Peach. I think not. Mario! You again? Don't you...
Like, Bowser Jr. is fine, but...
Mario, how dare you disturb my family vacation?
It's not even... It's the contrast. It's the contrast between Bowser's voice And then his screech. Here. I'll turn it up. I'll turn it up more.
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Like, it doesn't match at all. Not even a little bit. Mario, how dare you disturb my family vacation? Like, what the freak? What? Like, oh my god. It's not even remotely similar. I mean, but that's like my... Oh my god, wait. I could show you... there's so many cutscenes in Mario Sunshine that I could show you. But you know what? Maybe we'll have Mario Sunshine next week, and I'll just show you that way, huh? I'll be honest. I want more I want more of the Bowser that speaks. But I understand why they'll never do that again. Because if I was Nintendo, honestly, I'd be very embarrassed about that too. I understand. I understand, Nintendo. You never want to make that mistake again, I get it. And so, ever since then, Bowser was never voice acted ever again. The end. They put that game out and said, you know what? This is the worst mistake we've ever made. And it's correct. That's correct. That is the worst mistake they've ever made. I think it's a little bit weird how, this is a little bit off topic, but have you guys ever noticed how when companies are the most successful in their business, suddenly they care less about their customers, and then when they stop getting as much business, all of a sudden the company's a billion times better. Like it becomes way better. Until it catches back up to everyone else and then it stops caring again. Like the Wii U era. Few games might have come out that were like... There was a few bad games in the Wii U era, right? And the Wii U didn't sell well. But at the same time, we had games like Mario Maker 1, which had a literal website that you can bookmark, and then they'd show up in your game. Like you can bookmark levels online and have them show up in game. And what came from this is that people could just put codes in, and then you could have like an online extension that could auto bookmark it for you and have it show up in your game. So all people had to do was type their code in chat, and then you go into your game, refresh, and it shows up in your bookmarks. And that was so much easier. In fact, the system was so easy that you didn't even have to have a bot to do any of that with. Because all it did was bookmark it. So if you didn't have a bot, all you had to do was copy and paste the code into the Mario Maker website and bookmark it yourself, and it took 2 seconds. And then Mario Maker 2 comes out without a website. And all of a sudden, it's 100 billion times harder to do any of this kind of stuff with it. It's harder to share your levels because you have to put the code in instead of just going onto a website, copy pasting, and then bookmarking it. I don't understand what goes on in Nintendo when they make decisions. I don't understand why this happens. You know? Why does this happen? Mario Maker 2 did so well because the community was so accessible. You can't expect to make a worse product and be like, oh, why is our community so small now? You know? You can't do that. That doesn't make any sense. You're telling me, if we make our product bad, and then expect the same level of community interaction, that it won't work? Oh. That dirt was invisible, by the way. Just saying. Aha, found you. Yeah, so, Mario Maker community used to be way bigger and more active. But now it's not, because, not nearly as active. The community's still there and very active. But imagine that, but, like, streamers were streaming the game all the time because it was so easy to get into it. Yeah, so Mario Maker used to be better than it is right now. I'm hoping they make a third game. But based on how they had plans, clearly, to make more DLC for this game, and didn't because it didn't take off, I'm going to assume Nintendo has no idea how to do an active community. And that they dropped the game and we're not getting a third game ever again. Clearly, somewhere along the lines, Nintendo got lost in the sauce very hardcore. Oh, what did I do to get... How did I clean that? What? Okay, whatever. Come on, get clean. There we go. Come on. Fine then, jeez. Alright. Let me up. Where's my ladder at? There you are. Hey, you. Eh? Okay then. I guess that works. Well, that's way easier. Man. What's something else here? Oh, do you see that? You see the water bouncing off the floor down there? Is that a bug? It looks like a bug. One thing I've been interested in recently. I'm really interested in... Oh my god, I'm having trouble thinking. Oh goodness. One thing I've been interested in recently is... Well, I mean, I've been interested in a lot of things, but like... I had something... Okay, listen, chat. I had something I wanted to say. And then my brain died. I like my brain's dead. I can't think anymore. Has that ever happened to you guys? Where you have a line to think, like you're thinking about something, and like, oh yeah, let's talk about that. And then all of a sudden, oh, nope, never mind. My brain decided it didn't want to talk about that anymore. I have a lot of trouble, I have a lot of trouble talking while music's going on sometimes. So like whenever I'm having trouble thinking of something, one thing I like to do is I like to turn off music. I turn off the music and sit there and like contemplate what I was trying to say. And I usually am able to get to it pretty fast that way. That's like my secret weapon. I can't really do that right now though. Because, I mean, you wouldn't want me to turn off the music every time I started talking about something. That's not what the music's there for. Gosh. Pink guy, Caribbean houses and dummies to make them great. Oh my god, you guys hear the song that's playing right now? Do you guys know the there's this video of oh, what is this song called? Is this the right song? What the? No. No. What's the song? It's the what? What's 1-2 oatmeal based off of? Smash Dreamland song. What's it? Yeah, what's this song called? Da 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 da. It's not Dreamland. It's not what the song's called. Oh, yeah. Kirby. Gourmet Race. This song. Have you guys heard the 1-2 oatmeal? Have you guys heard this?
1, 2, a hotmail. Kirby is a paying guy. 1, 2, a hotmail. 1, 2, a hotmail. Kirby is a paying guy. 1, 2, a hotmail. Because Kirby is very cute. Kirby inherits his enemies and make it late. terror. Kirby's so happy this is something he can because he's such a pig god. Kirby inherited his enemies.
It's so bad. I love it so much. It's so bad. I love it. Yeah, that's... Whenever I hear that, I automatically hear that song now. God, it's so in my brain. I can't not hear it anymore. Gourmet Race has been ruined. You avoid voiceovers just so it doesn't change how you hear a song? I mean, it doesn't actually ruin it for me, you know. It's not literally just completely ruined. Like, I can actively choose to ignore my brain when it's doing that. I don't know if that's just like a survival skill I learned or not. I don't know if I learned that just because that's something my brain likes to do anyways. So I've learned to tune that kind of thing out. But I can hear the original song still. But it's a question of if I want to tune it out or not. And the answer is no. I will never tune out 1-2 Oatmeal. It's too good. It's too good to ignore. Why would I ever ignore it? And the funny thing is that I guess I can show you guys. Let's see if that the freaking community took that meme and took it a step further for some reason. And they made songs that were like this.
1-2 Oatmeal. Kirby has watered on 4 counts of homicide and 7 counts of grand theft larceny. Kirby was the last seen in Dreamland sucking off bark from those weird-faced trees.
they took the song and they just did that. So like people, like, they'd submit it to people that listen to the music, like the people that give 1-2 Oatmeal to all the time, like when they have like song requests on, and they'd start submitting like the one step further where they take it like that. And it's so funny. People are so funny. I freaking love people when they do that. One, 2 Oatmeal. Kirby's wanted for 10 counts of homicide. Oh my god. Kirby, no. Who knew Kirby was such a menace? First Yoshi evades his taxes, now Kirby's out here murdering everyone. I can't believe it. I trusted Nintendo. I can't believe they let their IPs go so haywire. They need to cease and desist everyone. I see. This is why Nintendo ceases and desists. They can't get away with their mascots being murderers. I can't believe this. Joking. Nintendo, please Please ease up on the gas. Please. Well, I mean, they already did ease up on the gas. Do you guys remember when Nintendo had like a creators program and people had to sign up to their creators program in order to make any videos on YouTube about their stuff? I remember that. But to be fair, it was during the Wii U days, right? So it was during the Wii U days. They probably didn't have the money to afford letting everyone do that, I guess. I mean, no, let's be real here. Indie devs do it. They just didn't understand the environment. And it wasn't like Nintendo was poor. They could have lived that way for the next, like, 20 years and still been a company with the same amount of employees. And, like, afford it easily. Probably. I could be wrong. I don't think I am, though. I might be wrong by, like, a few years, but that's it. Creosote is fungicidal, cheap, and just I can't read the rest of that. Man, if there's any voice I like doing my announcer voice. I think that's my favorite. It's just so fun. It's so fun and easy for me to do. If I ever like took a moment to think about like something I could say like try out our new product, like that kind of thing. Introducing your mom, you know, that kind of thing. I like doing that voice. It's very comfortable. It's like not hard on my throat. I can do it super easy. I know like the right way to enunciate things and stuff in it. I guess it's one of those things where it's like I've done it so much just to myself in private that it's kind of more of a second nature kind of voice that I can just do whenever I want. If there was ever like a first voice I've ever done, it's that probably. Before anything else. Because it's like, man, those announcers on TV sound so cool. And so like, it's just something I learned how to do easily. I think nearly everyone has that kind of voice though. It's like nothing special. Other people have it too, kind of thing. How many times am I gonna say that? That's my filler word right now. I'm sorry. No more kind of thing. No more of that. What's this song? It's Animal Crossing. No wonder I recognized it. Ba-bo. Ba-da-boo. Boo-boo-boo-boo. Ba-da-ba-boo-boo. What's the song? Oh my god, what is this song? Da, 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 da. Da, da. Da, 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 da. Oh my god, I can't remember what song this is. Oh my god, I gotta look that up later. I really do gotta look that up later. What time is this on the video? I can't see it. Hold on. Oh, Deltarune. It's Deltarune. I remembered it. Oh my god. I got it. It's from Deltarune. Oh my gosh. Jeez, these remixes are really testing me. Speaking of Deltarune, oh, I wonder when the next chapter is coming out. I completely forgot about it. I wish I continued to forget about it. I don't want to think about it. Gosh darn it. Deltarune was so good. I should do another playthrough of that game. Just so that, people don't have to watch my old content. I should do a playthrough just so that people don't have to watch my old content on it. But what would I add to that? It's not going to be my first reaction anymore. I guess I could, like, voice the characters. Would people want to even watch that, I wonder? Man, people really like to remix the... Really like to remix the Final Fantasy VII theme. Here, I'm gonna move that over here so I don't have to tab out of the game every single time I need it. Man, we're 83% done with the park. Let's go. So this is a back to it since it's 58%, right? Yeah, okay. Wait, why am I seeing the percent for this? I just imagined a number there, didn't I? Am I going crazy? I thought I just saw it said 58% complete, but no. I was like making it up. I probably saw the 8 from 83 and just added a 5 to it or something. Thank you. Well, I'm down here, might as well clean this up. I think I've explained this already, but with the amount of mud I'm washing off, the ground would be so disgusting in this park. Because the water wouldn't just disappear, it'd deposit the mud right here. Wait, I just noticed I didn't finish this over here. And it's staring me right in the face and I can't not look at that. Bop. You all cleaned up here. Gotcha. Okay. Getting this. We're so close to being done. I don't want to stop the stream when we're at 83% finished at this. We're gonna see if we can get this done faster. Got you there. Gotcha. All right. On to you guys. You. Hello? You. I didn't clean the other side yet, did I? I did? Why did you guys not beep off? Hello? Thank you. Jeez. So not satisfying. They didn't get cleaned. Dare you. Oh, that's how I ended up here instead of finishing down there. Well, we can't have that. We gotta finish down here. Gosh. What games do I want to play, guys? What games would you guys like to be played if there's anyone in chat that wants to talk? I have some ideas for games I want to play. But, I mean, since I have you guys here, I might as well ask, right? I've been thinking, I should probably play some games where there's a lot of dialogue in them, too. Because I haven't played one of those games in a bit. One that I have to have voice characters in. And I think it'd be pretty good. It'd be good to play that again. Something like that. Since all I've been doing recently is like, you know, the Mario Karts and the Minecraft and games like that where the dialogue's not very important. But I mean, I have the skills to do dialogue. So I should probably play games with dialogue too, you know. Plus, I haven't played a game like that for a bit, so it'd be really nice to play one of those. That's why I've been talking about Grand Ace Attorney games recently, which is one of the games I plan on playing. Well, I'm fond of Danganronpa and the Ace Attorney games, so I'm not opposed to VNs, visual novels. And I do love books. You know I like my books, Kudo. You of all people understand my love for books. I've seen some people playing AI Somnum Files, but I'm not really sold on that yet. Like the games I play that are VNs don't really have to be so grim. I guess. But at the same time, I guess if it's like a fantasy thing, I'd prefer to have it be an RPG at that point, which is... I guess that's why all the grimdark VNs are a thing. Because those aren't like games that you would really put gameplay in as much, I guess. Or they don't need the gameplay if you do put them in. You up, down, up. Get these spots off here. Anything else? How did I miss you? Come on, really? How did I miss these? Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm not a VN hater. I like visual novels, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I should take a break. Guys. My jaw hurts. My jaw hurts. I'm warm, I'm sweaty because it's these lights in my room. I should take a break. Honestly. I'm sorry I didn't finish this. Who are we raiding, guys? Who are we raiding? Oh, that's not Twitch. Hold on. Twitch.tv. Let's see here. Da 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 da. I guess. You know what? Sure, I'll send you guys to a Friday Night Funking stream. Why not? Why not? We've rated them before. We're rating them again. Why not? Alright, I'm gonna send you guys over the Sweet Halfling Thief. We're playing Friday Night Funking and taking requests for it. And I'll see you guys on my next stream, which is today Thursday? Oh, today's Wednesday. Which will be the Multiverses stream, I think. Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.